the same things, that will always make any facility successful. It's not the building or the walls or the paint. It's consistency. It's core partners that's going to be here with you through thick and thin. And it's making them feel like we are a work family.
I feel like as a team, we've always worked really hard together. We've had the same values, we've had that same mission statement, and we've really stuck to that. And so when hard times came along, like COVID, we had that foundation to rely on.
I think a lot of the big things are communication, teamwork, having policies and procedures in place and being organized.
If we do communicate with each other and we talk about the problems that we have and we figure out together how to fix them.
And really supporting one another, caring for one another, and, being open and honest and being able to be vulnerable and say that I need help with, X, Y, Z, and then receiving that help.
All my workers have my phone number, and they have mine, and they usually reach out to me all times of day, if they need something. And I try to tell them that that I'm the director of nursing, and my job is 24/7. It doesn't just end when I leave the building, so they're able to contact me at any time of day if they need to.
3, 4, 5 years ago, if somebody was late as a leader, we had a policy, we checked a little box, kept up with how many times that happened, and you'd have a conversation. Well, it was a different conversation through the pandemic, and it continues to be that way. Before, it might have been very driven from a leader to an associate, and now it is driven from, tell me what's going on.
Our brains were fried many days, and we needed all the brain power we could get from one another to come up with some creative ideas. And it didn't need to come from a top-down perspective. It needed to really come from the people that were working it every day.
We don't ask them to do anything that we can't do. They see us working beside them. If they're swamped, we're out there. And I just think that whole teamwork approach just made it a better place to work during this time. You were never on your own.
You would go to their office and they're not in there because they're out on the floor. They're out making sure the staff's okay. The residents are okay. They're here on Saturdays. They're here at night during COVID. So I feel like the biggest thing is your leadership. So if we see them doing it, we want to do it too.